if you guys are new here, uh, this show, I cannot think right now. Kickback with Ohe every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern. We showcase guests that have special talents and passions. Tonight we have featured show host Metaphysical. Every Monday at 11 a.m. he has a show called Soul Hour. Yes. And as you guys can see, my background is a little bit different. This month is Black History Month. It's a time to honor many people that contributed their contributions and just the legacy of African Americans across the U.S. and society. So I figured hopefully you guys can see it. It's a cute little image, you know? So, yeah. Let's get the show started. I'm already tongue-tied. Metaphysical. I'm tongue-tied already. Anyways, when you're ready, you can request the box. Guys, it's going to be an awesome show. We're going to get to know Metaphysical. And yeah, here he is. Hello.
Hi.
I'm
What's up?
usually
Hey.
tongue-tied at the end of the show, not the beginning. So
It's all good. It's all good. How are you feeling today?
good. It's nice to meet you.
Yes, it's nice to meet you as well.
So, how long have you been on the app for?
So I've been on the app since the summer of 2020. Just like everybody, as a social creature, I came here for connection in a time of disconnection. So
Very cool. And what's your favorite part about streaming?
um my favorite part about streaming actually is building community and holding space for people. I feel like if there's anything these past 2 years have shown us is that we need each other. And some people don't have that. And we build that and create that here. And so, like, streaming, from my understanding and how I've experienced it, is how we get to choose our family. You know, some people don't really connect with the family they were born into. And so they have their chosen family. And this what is like a chosen family. So
That's a really great way of putting it, for sure. That's awesome. So you have a featured show called Soul Hour. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
yes. So Soul Hour is basically the best way to start your Monday. We have it begins every Monday with messages from Spirit, a specific message that just kind of will guide your week, guide your month, guide your year. And then a lot of times we have life coaches, psychics, mediums, tarot card readers, oracle card readers. We have we run the gamut of the soul. Sometimes I'm a yogi, so sometimes we do yoga on there. It's you never know what you're going to get.
That's so cool. And you're also now, are you facilitating the Black History Month event across the app?
Yes, I am. So I after meditation or during meditation, uh, way back in January, it just kind of came to me that I don't remember there being like in my first February on the app, I don't remember there being a big organized effort to do anything during Black History Month. And so I felt as though it was especially important to do something. So, Spirit just kind of gave me that idea. And so what we've organized is we had an opening ceremony. We have a lot of events planned, but one of the biggest events that we are doing, which is a consistent everyday event, is the Passport to Blackness. The Passport to Blackness is essentially an opportunity for you to go to the streamers, mostly Black streamers, streams to get a Black History Month fact. And you'll gather those facts over the whole month. And that is going to be leading up to our ultimate Ultimate Black History Month trivia competition on the 28th, which will be at Soul Hour. So it's really awesome. We're still seeking 2 sponsors for someone covered the first runner-up prize, but we still are seeking sponsors for the grand prize and second runner-up. So just putting that out there.
That's so awesome that you guys that you've been able to put together something like that. I'm sure it wasn't easy, but it's so beneficial to everyone because everyone should be aware
Yeah.
and celebrate for sure.
It takes a lot of organization, and 2 of the other big things that we're going to be working on is we're going to be working to like black out the app in a way. So it's like one specific day that we want to be in solidarity with the entire streaming community, acknowledging Black lives. And also we want to lead Garvey Lands, which we expect to be the biggest showcase of Black talent on the app. And so those are the 3. So I would say those are the 3 big main overarching themes for the month.
Right.
In tandem with the smaller events that we have planned as well.
That's incredible. Guys, make sure you're hitting Metaphysical with the favorite. And if you're just tuning in, this is Kickback with Ohei. I am indeed Ohei. We're getting to know Metaphysical. Can I call you Meta? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Awesome. So when did you get your start with music?
So I feel like I got my start with music before I got here. Music is something that's just as natural to me as breathing. And to be honest, like music for me is exaltation of human spirit. It's something that just kind of transcends my own understanding sometimes, So my start with music, it came at a very young age. My dad grew up, my dad grew up in the 70s, and he was able to, be inspired by people like Joe Jackson and, who trained their kids up and to, the Jackson 5 and everything like that. And so what he was waiting for is he was waiting for a kid. He was just like, I want one kid that just like does music. Because my dad is, he's serious about music, but he's been serious about music as a listening art. So I listened to all the music I was exposed to over my life because of how much music my dad exposed me to from every era, genre, from Carole King, to Donny Hathaway, James Taylor, everyone. So, I would say my start in music for real though, it really began in the church, singing in the church. It really began, I was in middle school, middle school choir, middle school, 5th grade. I did, my grandmother bought me a flute. I was a flute in the band. But I didn't do the work. So I remember my band teacher coming up to me one day, and I remember just sitting in there in 5th grade. I just remember sitting in there with that flute. I never went home. I never tried to learn how to play. I never had a flute teacher, anything like that. And they knew that, as a band instructor, now I know as a band instructor and having been a music director and directed for plays and stuff like that, you can be able to look out and, hear and see who's doing what and who's, right? And so I just remember, being able to develop an embouchure to being able to, play at least one note. And I enjoy just being a part of the concert that we had that night. But afterwards, so that was the final concert of the year. My band instructor comes up to me. He says, "All right, so next year you're going to learn how to play the flute?" So it was so funny that that was a funny experience because it's like, even when you think that nobody's paying attention, everybody's paying attention, right?
So funny. um, so do you have like do you have a favorite genre that you like to sing? Did you continue playing flute throughout school, or were you done after fifth grade?
So what's interesting about it is I did it my sixth grade year, the first part of my sixth grade year. But that band director was not as
Easy.
willing to put up with me as the other band director was. And so I very quickly navigated myself into choir, which I found was like my happy spot.
Yeah.
And I kind of let that go. But when I went to school for music education, so in music education, you have to learn every instrument, as you know. And I actually fell back, because I'm a pianist, and so I fell naturally. Flute is actually a really, really easy instrument to learn how to play. And so when I took woodwind methods, and our woodwind methods teacher was a Grammy award winning, um, saxophonist. And so he was incredibly, like, he was a whiz with every instrument. So he like in that class, I he didn't want us to really, he wanted us to get a certain proficiency with one instrument. He didn't really care about us spending 3 weeks on the sax and 3 weeks on the flute and 3 weeks on the, whatever else. And so I was with that flute over the whole duration that I was in that class. I got very proficient with it. So I do have a level of proficiency with the flute now. But it took me a long time to get there.
That's awesome though. So what is your favorite genre to sing or perform anything?
My favorite genre to sing, to be honest, I love all genres. My home is like in R&B and soul and just is that, but I really do, you know what I mean? Like I do love different, you know what I mean? Like I love country, I love rock, I love people, I love people like, Anita Baker as well as like I love the Carpenters. It's just like it's varied and eclectic. So that's what I'll say.
That's I say that's awesome so often. I apologize. Well, if you're ready, we'd love to hear you perform something.
Okay, so I figured I would start with a slow one first, and then maybe like we'll um in the end we'll do something to just kind of take it on home.
Sure. If you guys are just tuning in, this is Kickback with Ohe. Medic Physical, featured show host of Soul Hour, is our special guest for the evening. Please hit him with that favorite.
Awesome. So the song I'm singing is "For You" by Kenny Lattimore, and it is a love song. So this is how I want my man singing to, talking to me.
Yes. Hello, bitch. I'm gonna mute myself.
For you, I give a lifetime of stability. Anything you want from me, nothing is impossible for you. There are no words or ways to show my love or all the thoughts I'm thinking of. 'Cause this life is no good alone. And since we become one, I made a change. Everything I do now makes sense. All roads end, all I do is for you. For you, I share a cup of love that overflows, and anyone who knows us knows that I would change all thoughts I have for you. There is no low or high or in between of my heart that you haven't seen. 'Cause I share all I have and am. Nothing I've said's hard to understand. All I feel deeper still, and always will. All this love is for you. Every note that I play, every word I might say, every melody I feel are only for you and your appeal. Every page that I write, every day of my life would not be filled with all the things that my love for you now brings. For you I make the promise of fidelity, now and for eternity. No one could replace this vow. For you I take your heart and hand and everything, and add them to a wedding ring. 'Cause this life is no good alone. And since we've become one, you're all I've known. If this feeling should leave, I die. And here's why: all I am is for you. Everything I do now makes sense. All rose and all I do is for you.
Oh my God, that was absolutely beautiful. Oh, you're soulful and your dynamics, everything. Parker even came over to listen. Oh, so good, Parker. Hi. Incredible. Guys, let's see some emojis in the comments. If you're just tuning in, this is Kickback with Oh Hey. Metaphysical just performed a lovely song. Oh, gosh, that was incredible. I'm sorry. So, if you could perform acoustically anywhere, and if you already have performed in like your dream place to perform, where would it be?
Mm. So I have worked with students who have gone on to perform on the Kennedy Center stage in Washington, D.C. But I myself haven't performed on the Kennedy Center. I've performed and I've performed and directed musicals at every stage, every major theater house in DC except for the Kennedy Center. So one of these days, I would love to be at the Kennedy Center. Like that would be like, I can go to bed now. Y'all put me 6 feet deep. I was at the Kennedy Center.
I have fulfilled my life.
I'm good.
That is so cool.
So that's one place I would love. But I have loved the I would say one of the other major theater houses that I have done a production I have performed a production in is the Lincoln Theater in DC, and it's a pretty fabulous venue and everything like that. So I really enjoyed that. And just, you know what I mean, like but yeah, those are my places because I'll go on.
I went to DC think in 2018 for the first time. Absolutely beautiful. We did like most of the touristy stuff, but it was a really cool experience. Um, yeah. But are you from DC?
So yeah, I was born here, but I was raised in West Virginia,
Right, right, right,
and that's where I went to undergraduate.
right. For sure. That's cool. So, do you have what is like your most memorable performance?
My most memorable performance.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. No, he went to it was what was
No, I went to West Virginia Wesleyan. West
did
Virginia
you?
Wesleyan. Yeah.
And there's been
I've been to WVU many times too, but you know, so hold on, say that question one more time.
what is one of your most memorable performances?
My most memorable performances, I would say one of my most memorable performances, I have two. One of my most memorable performances is I was cast um, in one of the supporting lead roles in a show called How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. It's it's a Broadway musical, and I was cast in that role as Miss Jones, which that role required me to be in drag, which I already before I had this beard. Um, Maybe I could be able to show y'all some pictures back. Actually, this is story time. So let me go ahead and grab those. This is story time, right? So let me go ahead. So I was Miss Jones in How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. And that show essentially is about, it's kind of similar to like, what's a movie that I could think of? Kind of like The Wolf on Wall Street, right? Like, kind of like, kind of like you don't really know what you're doing,
Right.
but if you like, you blink, and I have figured out how to ride the stocks. I've learned how to figure out the stock market so viciously that now I'm pulling in all this money. So it follows that, right? But when I did it with an organization that wanted to put a twist in it because Trump was still in office. So they put this twist on it to kind of send some zingers towards Trump being in the White House, but as a president, but he's not really qualified for, to really do anything. Um, which was funny, you know what I mean? They just made it funny. So I'll show you. Hold on, let me. Oh goodness, hold on. So when did this? I can't remember. I think this production was 2018, right before the world closed down. Oh, let's find this Miss Jones, Miss Jones, Miss Jones. I'm gonna show you. Okay, here we go. It's a lot because y'all know it. Y'all got 10,000 pictures in your phones, and I do too. Hello. Um,
I need to take a day off of work to delete photos and emails.
you said you gotta take a day off of work to leave. I'm telling you, it's something, and it's healing too.
Yeah.
Going through all that stuff and just letting it roll, letting it go.
Yeah.
Um, I'm sorry. Give me
No,
one.
you're fine. So if you guys are just tuning in, this is Kickback with Oh Hey. Meta is our special guest for the evening, showcasing his talent and passion, which is music and more. Music and more.
Yes. Oh, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Oh my goodness, I'm almost there. I'm almost. Wait a minute. Did I pass it? No,
Your time, no worries.
no. I know I was there. I know I was there. Oh, what's it? Was it 20? Was that 2017? It couldn't have been 2017. I'm gonna find it. But while I'm kind of scrolling through here, you can ask me another question as well too,
Yes.
honey.
So how do you feel? Do you love jazz?
I do. Oh, that's a question I got to dig into a little bit more. And I have found the pictures. Oh my goodness. I have found. All right, y'all. So this is from my performance in the Broadway musical How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying as Miss Jones.
Oh my gosh. That is amazing. You look fabulous.
right?
Oh my gosh.
That was, but even before I did that, I did used to do like as a drag queen.
Yeah.
I was I was a beautiful lady.
Did
I
you
was you know what I mean?
what did you have a what was your drag name?
My drag name was Sparkle, you know what I mean? Because we like a little sparkle in our step and everything like that.
I like
Sparkle Woods, because my name in college, my nickname in college was Sparkle Motion,
yeah.
and my spirit animal is Elle Woods from Legally Blonde. So I put Sparkle and Woods together, and my drag name was Sparkle Woods. So
Yeah.
I
When
got
my sister and I went on vacation to New Orleans 2019 right before the pandemic, and we're on which we weren't on Bourbon Street, but it was another street that was like it was the same as Bourbon Street, but more it was mellow. So we're walking, we see these beautiful drag queens, and they're like, "Hey, do you want to come to a drag show?" And I look at my sister, who's not as outgoing as I am. So I was like, "Do you want to go?" She's like, "I've never been to one." I was like, "We're flipping going." It was like I've been to tons of drag shows in New York, but in New Orleans, oh my gosh, they were insane. It was so cool. So
I've been there. I've been there to drag shows in New Orleans as well, right there on Bourbon Street. It was a lot of fun.
so I think I'll ask you to sing a song after intermission, but can you tell us about your teaching philosophy and how it impacts the students you teach?
So I would say my teaching philosophy, it really is about it's really about leaning in, I would say. Um my I feel like we need to take stock in what we're doing. You know what I mean? You got to take stock in what you're doing, and so when I have taught, and I've taught, you know, six through 12, those are my main areas that I've taught music, is I have to lean into what I'm doing, and I have to create an environment where students want to lean into what they're doing. And I feel as though that comes from having fun, number one, right? Because music is a fun thing. It's not this, it can get really difficult. Anybody who's ever studied, and I went to a school that at the time prided itself for having, probably the most rigorous music theory, curriculum, And a lot of that stuff I still know, because you have to take, advanced composition theory, post-tonal theory, counterpoint, all that stuff. But I will say that the one thing that my professors and my teachers like really aided me in is leaning in, but also accountability. You know what I mean? Is holding yourself accountable, you know what I mean, for what you want to do and how you want to grow, and what your instrument is. And also, the last thing I would say about my teaching philosophy is I feel as though music truly is for everyone. So, and music is for everyone, and that it's about finding your voice. You know what I mean? And the I've even done a lesson on this before. You know what I mean? Many years ago, there was a TV show that was very famous called American Idol, where there's a person called William Hung who went on the show, and he sang a song called She Bang, right? He sang that song. And in the eyes, from the perspective of everybody, oh, he couldn't sing. Why did he, like, how did he get his golden ticket? How did he go? Because he acknowledged that he had the juice. He
Right.
didn't care if people thought that he couldn't sing. His inner knowing that what he had was a gift And that self-actualization was enough for people to lean into what he brought to the world in that moment.
It's very true. That is very true. I didn't think of it like that.
So that's my biggest thing that I let, my students know. And that's also something I keep it for myself is I got the juice and you got the juice. You know what I mean? Also, I'm sorry. I know I can talk. I know, but I was even just today in my stream before before Charm Charlie show. I was on Charm Charlie show as well earlier, and before his show, I was listening to Sade, who's saying, your love is king and sweet is taboo and everything like that. And I was listening to her, and I was just like, she's not the most technically proficient singer. It's not a Whitney Houston. It's not a Belt. It's not a, you know what I mean? It's not anything like that. But her voice is so unique and so distinct. And the sound that was crafted from that band is undeniable. It's undeniable. And she got the juice, right? She got her juice. Her juice is not cranberry juice. Her juice is not pomegranate. Her juice is not pear juice. Her juice is not orange juice. Her pear is not pineapple juice. It is not guava juice. It's a special type of juice that you can't find on any supermarket. It's the type of juice you can't find any Walmart, Kmart, or 7-Eleven. She got the juice. And so that's my teaching philosophy. You got the juice, you got the juice.
I like that. I like that a lot. That is absolutely terrific. And how does teaching make you feel? Especially
teaching makes me feel wonderful.
How does teaching students make you feel? Like younger? What grade do you teach again? Is it middle school to high school? Excuse me.
Yeah, so I'll just say secondary. So yeah, middle school through high school. I taught in an education campus. So it was wild that most, and I taught autism as well. So it was like I had you know what I mean, and it also depended on the year. You know what I mean. So it was like I could, in the first block I could have 12th grade class. Then I always had ninth grade. Ninth grade I had every year. When I was in the classroom. 12th grade, I had ninth grade. Then I might have I have a sixth grade block, I have an autism block, and it just, you know what I mean? Like, and then it would switch, from A day to B day, to where I would have eighth grade. And so it was tremendous mental gymnastics to be able to go through, because it's like, I am most comfortable with 9 through 12.
Yeah.
And then when you have to bring your mindset back into, okay, this is, bring your mindset back into, okay, this is sixth grade. They still need stickers. They need hugs. They need kisses. They need all that,
Right. I used to give private saxophone leggings lessons.
You said you just
every Friday. It's like the end of the week. I cannot speak properly. So teaching. I would rather teach young kids anything except for music. It is so difficult. And now, so like, I'm teaching. We have a percussion. I started a percussion ensemble with the people I support at my job, and they have developmental disabilities, so they're struggling with rhythm. I found the coolest hack for rhythm for it. I hate when they title it for kids because it could be used for people, all different populations. And it's frogs and snakes. Frogs are the quarter notes, snakes are the half notes because they're longer. And so now I feel like I could teach anyone rhythm.
yes, even me, because singers don't got no rhythm. Musician joke. Singers can't sight read.
I was gonna say earlier for the viewers who, a lot of people think, oh, you went to school for music. That's so cool. You must have had a blast. While it was a blast, I'm sure we could both agree, majoring in music is not easy. My music history class, this professor was not a nice person. I had to retake it 2 times.
Yeah, I mean, but I modeled I'm not even gonna lie. I'm in the classroom, especially because, I was, and I've even been offered a position to, come back. I'm just like, that's not my sermon right now. I'm enjoying content creating and just being free, all the other kind of stuff. But yeah, I did not. I had a professor who was like my main professor who still works with me to this day. You know what I mean? Still, any opportunities to sing, to direct something or whatever, she'll call me up.
Right.
And so, but she did not play around the state. Her music theory, going through all 5 theories with her, and any additional and also additional, I took additional classes with her as well. But she was so talented, but she was so tough. Our first day, I remember our first day of music theory, and I already took AP music theory when I was in high school.
Right.
First day there, she gave, I think, between 10 to 20 pages of homework, you know what I mean? Like, and it just built on there. And, you know what I mean? Like theory four, it was just, oh my God, it was misery. Like, it was just like, you know what I mean? And it's a good misery because you're into it, you know what I mean? But it's challenges, hard, it's hard stuff.
Definitely. I wish that's the one thing I regret not making sure I was able to do. We had music theory in my high school, but because of like all my stuff, I couldn't fit it in my schedule. Like my band teacher, that I was a band, honors band, chorus, all this other stuff. And but that's the one thing I regret not making sure I was able to take was music theory because it really would have
Yeah.
helped.
Because they think, and I will say a lot of people end up coming into the major thinking that it's easy. But to be honest, I think my music, because I went to a private school, so I think our music major cohort began with maybe between 15 to 20 students. And when we got to the 5th course, there was maybe 7 of us in, lab. You know what I mean? So this is, we start with this, and it may have been more than that, but I know that those of us who are in that cohort of majors, and my senior thesis was just me. You know what I mean? Like, I was the only one in the class. So it was like and I did like, historical juxtaposition between Clara Schumann and whatever. You know what I mean? So uh, so it was, you know what I mean? But it's a thing. Oh, but the one thing I also wanted to say about that too is with teaching, is that my theory teacher is one thing that she taught us that I took into the classroom with me is that we never waited for our grades to be back. She was big on instant grading. So if it was done on Monday, it was back in your face on Tuesday with red ink, And I probably shouldn't have done this, when I was a teacher or whatnot, but that's the model that I had. So you know what I mean? Like I even found that in terms of behavior management and stuff like that, I let the students know I was not playing with them. So I had their grades back in their face every single day, even in 12th grade. I did not play with. If you're a junior or senior, you're not playing in Mr. Parker's class.
Right.
I had your grade back in your face every single day. And some, I had some students, they would, slough off or whatnot. And they came to me and said, "Hey, Mr. Parker," because this is what I do. I did what it was called. I did active journals with them, right? So all of their stuff was recorded in a journal. I graded it overnight. They saw it back in their face in real time with copious notes attached to it, right? So they're reading the notes, and I'm telling them what they're missing. I'm telling them what the score they got. You know what I mean? I'm providing them explanation, right? So 2 weeks goes by. Every time I'm getting the notebooks back, they haven't written anything in them. They ended up they looked through the notebook and they say, "Oh, Parker, I see that you've written a note in here every day and I didn't do anything. And then I also see a grade by what I haven't done."
Right.
And he said, "But it's only the second week of class. Are you telling me that I'm failing right now?" I said, well, have you done anything? He said, no. And I said, well, what do you think your answer is?
Right.
And he went to the counselor's office and switched out of my class. But this, and what's crazy about it is this was a student that was known throughout the entire school as just being a, you know what I mean? Just will, flip a desk, get mad, knock the papers over. It was that type of thing. But I was like, but he acknowledged that I was fair, and he was also introspective to see what he hadn't done, and because I'm holding you accountable in that way. And the thing about it is, you can also say, when you're teaching everything like that too, is that I'm willing to work with you to bring this up. Right. So that's one thing about me is in my 5 years teaching, like actively in the classroom, there was only one student who had to retake me. So that was, but even that student knew and was introspective enough to know that he knew my, my expectation, what's supposed to be going on. But yeah, I know I ran off on a tangent a little bit.
Sometimes we have two guests, which is, well, when there's one guest, it's just nice to.
Yeah, right. I know. I get it. I understand.
But anyways, we've come to the time in the show, which is the intermission. But if you want, we could just carry on instead of you leaving the box and coming back. But it's up to you. Do you want to grab a drink or something?
I gotta use the bathroom real quick, so I'll go ahead and take a little intermission. So I'll be right back. Woo. Or do you want me to just keep this up? I can keep it up.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just mute you or whatever. Yeah. All right, everyone who's enjoying the show so far, put an emoji in the comments or a one. This is Kickback with Oh Hey. We're actually nearing kind of the end of the show, and our special guest is Metaphysical, host of featured show Soul Hour every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Please hit him with that fave. So you probably already heard during the show that I'm a music coordinator that works with developmentally disabled adults, and my talent and passion is music as well as metas, so that's cool. So I usually play a song during intermission. I'm trying to do something a little easy for me because I did not warm up today. So this is Can't Help Falling in Love. Only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin? Or I can't help falling in love with you. Oh, like a river flows surely to the sea. So it goes. Some things are meant to be. You take my hand, take my whole life too. For I can't help falling in love with you. Oh, for I can't help falling in love with you. Yeah. You're just
I love it. I love it. I love it. That is so soothing.
Oh, thank you. You guys are just tuning in. This This Kickback with Ohei Metaphysical is our special guest for the evening. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I was like, I didn't really warm up today or sing that much, so.
Quick question: I'm a symphonian. Are you a rose? Are you in a?
In a band?
No, the Sigma Alpha Iota, Sigma Alpha.
No.
SAI, yeah, SAI.
No. So I went to school for like 3 years, and then I needed to take time off because it's hard. It was hard.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah. Right, that's a fraternity or a sorority thing?
Yeah, so Phi Mu Alpha is the largest fraternity. So the Phi Mu Alpha it is a social fraternity, but it's a social it's a social fraternity with an emphasis on music, right? This organization gave birth to the study and the creation of music therapy as a modality of healing. You know what I mean?
That's
And
right.
a study, even through Drexel University and stuff like that.
Right. That's really good. Yeah, no. So if you weren't a music teacher and a vocalist, what do you think that you would be doing?
So I actually, it's so interesting is that, like, I think teaching is just in my bones. That's just who I am. And it's why I constantly, I keep getting, um, what I mean, offered to, come back into the classroom and everything like that. And sometimes it's hard not to think it's just like, it's just because, we need someone who knows what they're doing, or what I mean. The population that I was working with or whatnot is not easy, and COVID has only made it worse with teachers just getting up and walking out of class and just quitting and everything. So teaching is my passion and I love it. But to be honest, when I was teaching, I was terribly unhealthy. Because when you're teaching and you're doing it right, it's the hardest thing in the world. You know what I mean? It's really challenging because you're really serving, and you're really putting yourself, you know what I mean, in that space to
And you have to worry about so many people, so many students. Like, it's
exactly, and they
focusing on others. Yeah.
exactly. And so my thing is whenever I was teaching, I live about 20 to 30 minutes away from where I was, but I wasn't driving because I was scared to drive in DC. So I was 100 pounds heavier than I am now. I was smoking cigarettes. I was doing, so I had gone through some traumatic, stuff and everything like that. I was just like my blood pressure was sky high with my doctor. It was just a lot of things that were really going wrong. And I was going into, but the thing about it is like I was on this wheel. Like I was getting up, rolling out of bed, going to work, sitting in pointless meetings, like some well, they weren't all pointless, but you know how every job, how you have some meetings that you have to be to. Then my planning. Exactly. Like my planning period was always at the beginning. Was at the beginning of the day. Is at the beginning of the day. So that's an hour and a half. So I was Uber Eats and Door Dashing, fried chicken and waffles and Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. And then I would turn around and 34 seventh graders would be walking into my classroom. And I'd be like, oh yeah, this is a feature show, so I can't say it. I almost said, but you know what I'm saying. But yeah, so it was challenging. And then you leave from you know, teaching all day, and I always elected to do like aftercare. And then from there, we would go to happy hour. From happy hour, I'd go home. I'd be grading all night. Then around 9 or 10 o'clock, I would mosey on down to the 7-Eleven, get a hot dog and a hot chocolate, two things that do not go with each other, but somehow they made sense in my mind. And it would be this rabbit hole thing again. You know what I mean? Like, and it would be constant, right? And so I was gifted with the opportunity, like when I was teaching, one of the biggest things I wanted to do is I wanted to create a pipeline for students at the school to be able to go into higher education. So in doing that work at the school, I was able to plan successful trips in which students were able to live like a college student. They were able to go to our college campus, and the college paid for everything in the school. And the school paid for, everything. So this is, imagine being a kid in high school, coming from a low income background, and you get an opportunity and chance to go to a college and live like a college student. And you don't have to pay anything, just bring a little bit of spending money for if you want anything from McDonald's or whatever. So we did that. And so I was approached about taking a contract to do this type of work full time. So I still work with students, and what I've been doing is I work in the performing arts. So I'll travel to, shows that students are putting on, and I'm that person that if you went up and you got on the stage and you were singing, you did amazing, I would be the one after the show to be like, hello, well, I would like to offer you a performing arts, you know what I mean? Like, I would like to offer you a $5,000 scholarship to go to, you know what I mean? That's what I do now. But I don't even know where I was going with that. But I will say that the joy de vivre, the joy of life, is teaching. I love it so much. I love, you know what I mean? Like, I know in so many different capacities, I'm always gonna be teaching. I'm always gonna be, you know what I mean, singing and doing different stuff. But I'm just like creative, so I just fly where I fly.
Yes. Well, if you're ready, I think we would all love to hear another song.
Okay, wonderful. I'll go ahead and sing.
Just tuning in, this is Kickback with Oh Hey. We are nearing the end of the show. Please hit Meta with that favorite. He is featured show host of Soul Hour every Monday at 11 a.m.
Oh, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, no. I love that. I remember that. And also, don't forget to check out Meta's Instagram for information on the Black History event that he is facilitating, because there's a bunch of hosts, there's a bunch of people involved with it. So
thank you so much.
If there's anything that I can do to help, please let me know. I would
absolutely. All hands on deck.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think I'm switching my song because I feel something else in my spirit I just want to have fun with.
A person in the E quadrant is a different human being than someone in the S quadrant, B quadrant, I.
Okay, here we go. Okay, is it working? Hey, I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the sky come tumbling down. I feel my heart start to tremble whenever you're around. Oh, baby, when I see your face, it's mellow as the month of May. Oh, darling, I can't stand it when you look at me that way. I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the sky come tumbling down. I feel my heart start to trembling whenever you're around. It's my song right here. This This is the girl. Hey, ooh, darling, when you're near me and you tenderly call my name, I know my emotions are something I just can't blame. I gotta have you, baby, yeah. What? I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the sky come tumbling down. I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the sky come tumbling down. I just lose control down to my very soul. I get all hot and cold, all over, all over, all over. I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the sky come tumbling down. I feel my heart start to trembling. Hey, tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down. Woo!
Hold on, I smile so much that like my mouth gets dry. That was amazing. I was not expecting that, and I love that song. I haven't heard it in so long. So I was nervous, like starting the show, because so typically what happens, like people like so you were recommended to be a special guest. So I was like, okay, cool. So I caught your stream, and then I was like, all right, cool. For some reason, I thought you were a dancer.
Yeah, but you know, it's so funny. I do dance like all the time. Yeah, I get on stream and I dance and I twerk and I throw my legs off the wall and everything. So
Well, I thought your show was a dance show and all this stuff. And then I come to your stream and you're playing the keyboard. I was like, I'm a bleeping idiot. And then, but like it was funny. And so I was nervous. But like I feel like now, like we're I can't think. Fridays are not good for my speaking abilities. I swear.
Okay.
Chris, I need a different day, please. Oh man. So do you have any other like passions or hobbies other than music?
So I would say my passions and my hobbies other than music is like, I'm really big on, obviously my name is Metaphysics. And, you know, if you don't know what metaphysics is, what's up, Euro? Thank you so much. So my passions, other than music and everything like that is metaphysics. And metaphysics, basically, if you don't know, it's a branch of philosophy that seeks to understand life beyond the body. So I'm very, in tune with the spirit world. I'm into tarot cards. I'm into, just spirituality. I'm constantly reading. If you come to my stream, you may get a reading or anything like that. I'm a yogi. That's the biggest love of my life. To be honest, it's the yoga, developing a practice of yoga, and doing yoga each and every day is the thing I'm most proud of myself in anything, even music. Like I never thought that I would be a person, from having, if you were on Charm Charlie's show, you would have known that I had a double hip replacement. There was one point in my life where I could not walk at all. I was completely crippled. And so to get to the place now where I'm in my life where I can get into a downward dog for, an hour, it's amazing. You know what I mean? So I just, those are the things that I'm interested in. I'm really interested. I'm just interested in being a motivator. I'm interested in I'm interested in serving the world. That's what I am. That's who I am. That's what I love too.
You are so awesome. I feel You are absolutely terrific. I'm so glad that you could be a special guest this evening. I forgot I'm on a Magician Bob show in like 15 minutes. I would love to just talk to you for long.
It's all good. I want to thank you so much because this has been amazing. And I really like, you are really, really, really special. And I really hope that everybody who is here and everybody here, make sure to favorite this queen. And oh, hey, you are just really, really like, you have such a dope, amazing energy. And I will definitely, like, I promise I will be back in here supporting you and doing what I can to see you win. You know what I mean? And I tell you on this day, as we, have just met each other and everything like that, and we've come together on this show, is that I'm dedicated to seeing you win. And you have a fan in me as long as I'm on this app, period.
Seriously, I cannot wait to see more of you and to hear more from you. And guys, please make sure you follow Metaphysical. Also, we can find you on your Instagram, Meta Meet Me.
Hmm.
Also, please keep checking out his posts for more information on the Black History Awareness Month that he's put together. Um, yeah, please let me know if there's anything I could do.
I will. I got you. Thank you so much. We already in the works.
Yes, for sure. Thanks
Thank you so much, my love.
for having you.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Bye. Thank you guys so much. Wasn't he absolutely terrific? Please hit him with that follow and make sure you check out his show every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern called Soul Hour. Thank you guys so much for being here this evening. I've been super tongue tied tonight, so I'm not going to be talking for much longer. I'm actually, thank you so, so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.